Hello. Hello. Oh, there's a game. Ooh, I got concerned for a second. I got very scared. But hi! Hi! Hi, hi. Hi, hi. Hello. I have been so incredibly excited for this game. I found this game out about maybe last month. I saw someone post clips of it and I was like, oh, a zombie game? Simulation zombie game? Perfect for me. I love zombie games. If there is one thing you should know about Gwym, it is I love zombie games. So this game, even if I don't play it, like, I'm gonna get it. Well, if I really like this demo, I'm gonna get it. Because even if I don't play it a lot on stream, I'm gonna play it off stream for, like, ever. I love zombie games. But I got sidetracked. I watched clips of it, and someone was like, oh yeah, by the way, like, you can do, like, they're doing, like, beta testing. You can get into that. And I was like, oh, I need to do it right now. I need to play this game immediately. Turns out I was, like, a day or two late, and they already closed the, like, open beta testing for this game. And I have been silently seething until they put out and they were like, hey, by the way, demo's coming out soon. And I haven't been watching, but, like, every time I see, like, another content creator or, like, streamer play this game early, I have been so mad. Yeah, we gonna kill zombie Pippin. Don't you worry. I've been so mad. Because I've been so excited for this game. Oh. I clicked into game. But I've been so excited for this game. Because I really think I will genuinely like it. And we are all going to experience it together. Believe me. I've been watching so many other people play it. I've been, like, not, like, watching, because I don't want to, like... I don't want to spoil it for myself.
Ah, finally awake, Commander. Thought you were dreaming of a vacation on some
But
sunny
I've just
beach.
been like,
Not the
these
best
bitches
fantasies these
playing
days,
it
huh?
earlier than me. I hate them.
Anyway, welcome back to reality. We're almost there. Checkpoint Alpha. They've been holding out, but they need reinforcements. That means us.
Yeah, that means us. We're the
All right,
reinforcements.
get ready. You're dropping in 20. And Commander, watch your step out there. It's not just the dead you gotta worry about.
Oh. Someone's threatening me already? I'll kill him. I have emotional support, Red Bull.
You are all aware
That's all I need.
of the situation. The city's overrun by a zombie virus. And what...
Sorry. I haven't played with anything. Ooh, I am turning motion blur off. Fuck that. I'm gonna turn VSync on. And I'm gonna turn quality to medium. Maybe it'll stop the stuttering a little bit.
While not everyone has turned into a zombie, we need to try to save them. But at the same time, make sure the infected don't get into the zone. That's your job. Let's hurry to the checkpoint and start examining the survivors.
Oh, examining. Why do I need to crouch? Is there a way that I can set it to toggle? No. Okay. There's like there's like no settings. Ooh. Oh. I'm gonna turn sensitivity down. Let's see how we feel. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's still a little much. 25. Okay, I like that. Ah, but it looks so good! Elephant! Ooh. I don't have a blanket or nothing? What the fuck? I got a little ukulele. Do you remember to turn off the ICU? What does that mean? What's the ICU? Is that like in game or is that like on the desktop? It's in the toolbar. Ugh. Can I just make sure it's closed? Well, it says to quit. It doesn't like, it doesn't say close. It just says quit. Can I quit it? Alright. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, there's stings! Am I lost? I don't have to actively close doors behind me? I love this game already.
Just shout next, and the soldiers will let the survivor in. Next so, survivor. The first survivor. Approach him and take a close look. Are there any symptoms that immediately catch your eye?
Yeah, dual color hair.
Of course there are.
I can't believe
Just
it.
look at how red his head is. You absolutely must record this symptom on the symptom map.
Yeah. Show me. Where's the symptoms?
Stay calm and wait for your turn. Prepare your belongings for inspection. Remove your outer clothing, hats, glasses, and gloves.
Oh, I actually have to open things. Oh, okay. Quarantine. Symptoms do not clearly they're affected or not. Bop, bop, bop. Liquidation. My favorite area. Of course, the survivor block. Bap, 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 bap. What's this area? What's inaccessible to me? I need to know.
The subject only shows one symptom, but it's unclear. Send him to quarantine so we can monitor him for a while. Look for symptoms, please. Mark them, and classify them. And good luck.
But like, I didn't like look him over for any bites. He just had a red face. How do we not know?
Don't make me wait.
Hey guy.
I know the rules. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't okay.
Hi. What you got? What you got? I'm zooming. Ooh, I can zoom. You got some bruising. Oh. This is... I don't like it when, like, the sensitivity outside of the zoom is, like, super fast, but, like, the actual zoom is, like... crazy bad. Symptoms! I don't like you. I guess I could probably trust the first one. He has like bruising on his neck, but I'm not sure if that's just like, you know what? Herpes! Bro.
I was healthy yesterday. Just check again.
No. Could have the herpes. I ain't trusting you. Making out with people. Kissing people. That's crazy.
Move it.
Bitten by a dog.
Stay calm and wait for your
Not a
turn.
zombie.
Oh my god, girl. Girl!
Remove your outer clothing, hats, glasses, and gloves.
She got cuts. She got a bite mark. She's also a little rude to me. I'm not gonna lie. What about your eyes, huh? You shifty? You shiftily wiftily? She's looking shiftily wiftily. Bruh, that's more than one bite. Girl. You're definitely the type of person that would hide it. Liquidation.
You're scaring me. Where am I going?
No one knows. I want to watch it. I want to watch it.
That's it for today. Hit the bunks. We've got another long day.
Oh, she just disappears. I don't even get to see her get killed. Oh, what's this? Fuel, food. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the part of the game that I'm excited for. I know, I got 900 for that. Oh my god. Excuse me? Quarantine maintenance? Go fuck yourself. Why is that coming out of my paycheck?
First, check out everyone in quarantine.
That should be your paycheck. Fucking yelling at me. Now I see why you guys need help.
Great.
Identification
He's still
verified.
alive.
Quarantine status
Go over to
stable.
him
No
and call
incidents
him in for
reported.
a recheck.
It's just
He
allergies.
doesn't show that
I've had them
previous
since I was a
symptom
kid.
anymore. So he can be moved to the block.
Yeah, but like, look at his neck. He's got weird shit, dude. He's got weird shit. Whatever.
I won't let you down.
Tools
I
help you
promise.
spot symptoms faster.
Give me the
Grab the
tools.
scanner.
Give it to me. I should have liquidated him. God damn it. Ooh. Okay. UV symptoms? There's UV symptoms? Eh? Ashes do not use up resources, Bacon, but to make them into ash uses up resources.
Now, call in the next one and use the new tool on him.
Oh.
Please. I've lost too much already.
I don't care.
Yes, sir.
Please turn back now.
Oh, they really have nipples on these fucking models. That's crazy. Oh, look at your toesies! Yeah, that. Oh, he had underwear on. Oh, okay. Woo! He sounds like he's jaking it. Hey, what's that? What's that? What you got? Oh, I can UV it. Oh, is that part of your model, or do you got it cut? I think that was part of your model. Look at your little armpit. Okay, okay. He got bruising. I don't think it's herpes. Although... what do you think? What do you think? You think that's like regular bruising or that's like herpes bruising? He could be jaking it. I feel like that's like herpes bruising.
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm and wait for your turn. Prepare your
Cause like, look at that, look at that.
Remove your outer clothing, hats,
Look at that.
glasses, and gloves.
I feel like that's herpes. I feel like he has the herpes. I'm just saying. He don't got anything else though. So you go into liquidation.
I feel
No.
fine. Please, don't do this.
Shoot him.
Move it.
Hey guy.
By a dog, not a zombie.
I don't like the way you said that. Makes me think that it was a zombie dog. Oh, ew. Bro. Well, he got yellow eyes. Bada bing. He's got like... Is that necrosis? We'll say that's red bruise, because his neck looks weird. His neck looks weird. I don't trust him. Punchash, I am not trusting you. You also said that you got bit by something. I'm not seeing a bite. I think you're lying to me. He's got like yellow skin. He got yellow eyes. He's lying to me about this bite. I'm not finding a bite. Did you get bit in the butt? You got butt cracked? Where is it? Where is it? You got belly button. You know what? Yellow eyes. We're gonna liquidate you.
You're scaring me. Where am I going?
Yeah. Going to a nice place. It's gonna be a farm upstate. God damn it. They don't even show you killing them.
Make me wait.
They're taking away my satisfaction.
I bit my lip. That's it. Look, see?
You are in a
It's not
quarantine
serious.
zone.
My guy.
Inspection. Remove your outer
Why are you eating yourself? Taking a little big old ew. You're taking a little big old chunk out of yourself. Guy, you taking a little big old chunk. You're taking a little big old chunk. You know, just a little bit of mouth blood. Nothing serious. A little bit of mouth blood, a little bit of bruising. That feels like definite, yeah. But it's not gross like that. Bruh. Show me. What's the UV for? What? Is there supposed to be like special symbols I can see? Huh? 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 Why your kneecaps look like that? Belly button! That looks like regular bruising. Bruising and mouth blood. My two favorite things. Actually, before, hold on.
Identification verified. Quarantine status stable. No incidents reported.
Hold on. We're gonna put you to quarantine.
You don't understand. Go ahead. Play God again. Let's see who you ruin this time.
Yeah. I'm super good. Thank you. What about you? You know what? You're good. You survived today. But next time, maybe not so much. Maybe you die.
I promise.
Come here.
Go ahead. Play God again. Let's see who you ruin this time.
Didn't I just check you? Did you have like weird shit on you? Yeah, you had like bruising on your face. You can stay in quarantine. I don't like you. If he's a zombie, you can die. Bloop! Next one! They made you fruit cups? Hell yeah, bacon?
Not a zombie.
Oh. I don't wanna look at your boobies. I don't wanna look at them. That's how you're gonna hide your bite from me, huh? Ew. Girl. I don't want to say something, but I think... Does it show boobies? No, she's wearing a bra. Woo! I didn't see bra straps at first, so I was very concerned. She got a bra on. Woo! You know, what's a little bit of, like, in-game boobage? I don't trust you. You're gonna be super liquidated. Bye, have fun!
Just tell me what's happening.
Gonna be made into soup. Soup! Can I buy anything?
Identification verified. Quarantine status stable. No incidents reported.
Oh, fuck yeah. How long have you been in there? Oh, I just put you in there. What a loser. I don't know if they're gonna have me, no 3-day vacation? Oh, that sucks, Bacon. They're having you work on Memorial Day? That's lame.
Everyone you've checked and let through is staying in the block. And until the evacuation...
Oh, you're talking about for me.
You need to keep an eye on them.
No ban. Okay.
Make sure there's enough food and space. Let's focus on the base today.
Bruh. Now we're getting into all the management. Eee! Oh my god. Oh, this part. Oh. Okay. Number of places in all tents. Yep. Big tents, small tents. Okay. survivors are they're fed daily. Go fuck themselves. This is zombie apocalypse. They can scrounge. One serving of food is required per survivor. Okay, that's not that bad. Okay.
As you can see, there's no food or fuel for today. They need to be brought in from the warehouse.
What?
But first, you have to buy these resources. Buy supplies and fuel for everyone in the block.
Why do I have to do that? I believe you could, the widget can allow for a lot of words. No giant paragraphs, but like, they can be big chunks. Okay. Do I need just one? So we have no med kits. Alright. That's all my money. Whatever.
Great. Oh my god. With supplies and fuel, you need to deliver them to the block. Head over to the warehouse. Load the supplies and fuel onto the cart.
Oh, I have to do this. I have to do this individually? Meep. How many do I need?
Pick up the cart.
Hold on.
Now, deliver the supplies and fuel to the block.
Oh, I'm actually driving. It's like a car. Oh, I don't like this. Ooh. Meow. Hold on. Meow. Oh, what do you mean break? There is no break.
The supplies need to go to the dining hall, and the fuel to the generator.
How do I get off? Oh, thank you. Oh, I need 5. Bruh. It really doesn't tell you how much you need. Whoop. Meow. Boom. 5 out of 5. What would that do? What would that do if I pressed it? Why are you arguing with yourself? You good, bruh? Shit. You definitely got herpes. You got a rash. You got something. I don't trust you. Alright. Well, what do you mean? Food stored 3. That's as much as you need, yeah? Oh, you need one more. Oh, need more. I will say I do not like, it's a little confusing on like what exactly I need. I will say that. It's a little confusing. To be fair, I am still getting used to it. Are we driving it back? Meow, meow. Fucking Tokyo drifting. Oh my god. Meow, meow.
Excellent.
Oh shit.
Everyone's fat
Oh,
today.
hold on.
Go get some sleep.
Oh, hold
We're
on.
not checking any new survivors today. There are reports of large zombie monsters in nearby areas.
Fuck no, bruh.
So we need to be ready.
I can't believe it. What are we gonna do? Bro, I hope we shoot them.
Warning, massive zombie attack. Warning, massive zombie attack.
Oh, we droning. Okay, hold on. I gotta read this. Okay, I got bombs, I got bait, and I got airstrikes. Okay. Shift in space. Okay, that's all I need to know. I only have gun. I don't have bombs or bait or airstrikes. Look at that. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Who put me in charge of a drone? You should not. We're all gonna die. Oh, you're telling me I have money for a drone, but not for like other people to also shoot the zombies? Come on. Thank you. Bro, that reload was tough. Okay, that was kind of fun. But I want to see what the airstrikes do. I want to see what the airstrikes do. Ow.
To check them, use this stethoscope. Pick it up from the table.
I'm scoping people internally.
Next survivor.
Yeah. Come here.
I bit my lip. That's it. Look. See?
Ew, I don't need to know that.
Serious.
Bruh. Ew. Coughing. Gross. Cover your mouth. Okay. How do your nipples sound? Okay. What's this? He definitely has cough. He definitely has sick breath. Also,
Identification verified.
I was correct.
Status unstable.
That guy was a fucking zombie. Bruh. That other guy wasn't, though. Sucks to be him. Take off your hat, stupid. Dumb hat. Stop coughing! You got bit? You showing me a bite? You got a little bite? You got, oh, you got, I thought that was your butt crack. I'm gonna be honest with you. Stop coughing! Stop moving! God. Barely covering your mouth. Coughing, sick breath, mouth blood, you know what? None of that screams zombie, though. It screams that you're disgusting. But quarantine.
I feel fine. Please don't do this.
Now look at his butt. Oh, I'm so sorry, Bacon. Hold on. I can pull him back out for you. Because you're absolutely right. The butt will know.
I don't have any symptoms. See?
Yeah, that's zombie butt. That's a zombie butt if I've ever seen it. That's super zombie butt. Wait, what's that black spot? Like his back? Are you talking about his nipple? His belly button? His armpit? There's mouth blood. Stethoscope. Okay, I got you. Oh, ew. Oh, yeah, no, that's definite. That's like super duper.
Wait, why are they closing the door?
Yeah, no one knows. Good luck, loser. Bacon! Fucking caught that! Hell yeah!
I feel okay. I promise.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, it looks like not all the black spots are like actual like zombie things. Okay. Yeah, but they're not like super crazy. They're low enough. He got cough. He doesn't have sick breath. He's got like normal. Alright, guy. Stop coughing. Oh, you're just saying in general? Yeah. Ooh. Ew. Bruh. You're going wild. Got all the kind of scratchy watchies. He got the herp. No, actually. The herps don't look like that, Bacon. The herps look like this. These are the herps. He doesn't have the herps. Also, like how they put freckles on there, too. They're just like, oh, yeah, no. Like that. Freckles are a thing.
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Prepare your belongings for inspection.
Let me. So we got herpes right here. We got herps, which is just like little like pock marks. We got freckles. We got a skin rash that looks like pimples. We got bruises, of course. We got red bruise, which I have no idea the fuck that means. We got skin cuts, which is what he had all over his back. Bite marks, and then necrosis. Yeah. You know, the good old red bruise, like, you know, everyone has had before in their life. Everyone's had that at least once. Once or twice. I still don't know what the UV light is going to be for. Is this going to show me the herps? Is this going to show me the herpy terps? Yeah, he's got a bunch of cuts. He's got a cough, and that's it. I don't have anything to check his pulse with. I believe that's gonna be like the next day or something. Oh, scanner. Ooh, ooh. Oh, inaccessible in demo. God damn it. Boom. Oh. Cool it down. Oh, oh. Oh, that's like 1,500 though. I'll do bombs. Guy. You're gonna go in quarantine.
Wait, why? I'm fine.
Yeah, I don't trust you.
Don't make me wait.
Yeah, don't make me wait. I'll make you wait.
Please. I'm just tired, not sick.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be the judge of that. Don't you yell at me. Oh, girl, you might be the first actually like super healthy person.
You are in a quarantine zone.
Bro, look at you.
Belongings for
Super survivor.
clothing, hats, glasses, and gloves.
Move it.
Ah, perfectly healthy. I love to see it.
Please. I'm just tired. Not sick.
You got... What do you got on your face, guy? What? What is that? What is... What? What is that white shit on your skin? Is that like part of your model? Or is that like zombie related? Excuse me? What? I think the ones on his face are just freckles. But he has like... He's got weird cuts on him. He's throwing me for a loop. A little loopy oop. And he got freckles. You know what? You know what?
I
Quarantine.
feel fine. Please, don't do this.
Yeah. I'll see if you're a zombie tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, bruh. I would kill for a big old jug of hand sanitizer like that. I would kill. Oh, I can upgrade? Bruh. Boom. Oh. Shit. Hold on. Hold on. That's my bad. Hold on, guys. That's my bad. That's my bad. Beep, beep. That's my bad. Hold on. That's my bad. Don't worry. Energy consumption 4? Oh, bro. One. shit. That's a lot. I didn't think that was a lot. Or no, guys. Ah, God damn it! Hold on, I gotta do the old U-turn. Beep. Beep. Fucking Tokyo drifting is not for the faint of heart, is what I am finding out. I don't have enough fuel. Oh, shit. Replenish. Ba ba. Shpa ba 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 ba. Beep ba ba ba. One more. One. Oh, I can't do one more. Oop. Oh, is that how much I need? Oh, God. Oh, 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 oh. Meow. Oh, I'm gonna have more fun driving this. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Meow. Meow. Hold on, hold on, hold on. It's down there. It's down there. Perfect, perfect. Oh, like, do I have not enough, like... Do I need a bigger generator? Do I need another generator? Is that what it's saying? Oh no, Bippin. These were all nice and neatly stacked before. They will no longer ever be nice and neatly stacked ever again. Dang, dang, dang. Shit, I need another generator. Yeah, no worries. You know what? We're gonna go to sleep, we're gonna get paid, and then I'm gonna buy another generator. It's gonna work like that. Believe me, gonna have faith. Oh. I can't put medkits. Shit. Yeah, don't worry, I got you. No. Oh, yeah. Yes. Shit. Oh no. Oh, I might have fucked up.
Today's the evacuation day, and you'll get a reward for the first batch of survivors.
I'm negative 600?
Develop new symptoms related to their pulse and temperature. To check them, use the thermal pulsometer. Pick it up from the table.
Oh. Excuse me? Boop! Thermo pulsometer. Yeah.
The survivor has some luggage. We allowed them to bring their own stuff. But now, you need to carefully inspect the luggage for weapons.
Identification verified. Quarantine
Zombie
status
body
stable.
parts.
No incidents reported.
This is bullshit. I'm cleaner than half of the people you let through.
Oh, excuse me? Bruh. Are you second guessing me? Are you second guessing me? You got cuts though. And your face is red. Erm. You know what? You know what? Go
Was
back to
healthy yesterday,
quarantine.
Just check again.
Go back to quarantine. I don't trust you.
Go ahead. Play God again. Let's see who you ruined this time.
I will. Thank you. Oh, his little scratchies went away. His like weird stomach scratches. Alright. Alright, guy.
Finally, I'm safe.
Next.
Oh. Oh. Hey, where you going? Oh my god.
I don't want to cause any trouble. Just let me through if I'm quick.
Excuse me. You got garlic?
Come on. Just let me keep it.
Quarantine zone. Stay calm and wait for your
Bruh, you had a golden weapon and a bunch of like dead body parts. Oh, okay. Also, your shirt is going through your pants. I don't trust you. I don't trust a bitch like that. I don't trust him. And she's good on everything. I mean, she didn't have anything. She did have weapon, and she did have zombie. So, like... I did take her zombie stuff. Do I have it just like in my pocket now? You know what? To the survivor block with you.
Don't make me wait.
Yeah.
I've been walking for hours. That's why I'm burning up.
Yeah, no other reason. Not because you're a fucking demon in disguise. A demon. That's so weird that they're like, their neck, like that neck back area, like cuts. Oops, stop sneezing, girl. You're nasty. What do you think? What do you think? She don't got nothing wrong. She does have a cough. She got hiccups. She has sneeze. She getting on my nerves. Oh, everything's elevated. Oh, elevated. Elevated.
You are in a quarantine zone.
120 through 80.
Calm and wait for your turn. Prepare your
temperature is 38. Okay. You know what? You're disgusting. Quarantine! Eat the other guy.
This has to be a mistake.
Nope. I never make mistakes.
I'm just nervous. Wouldn't you be standing here?
Bruh. Can I take the hat? Goddamn. Okay. Bruh. You're giving me zombie. You're giving me you're hiding stuff from me. You're being secretive. She sneezed in my mouth. Ah, she sneezed in my mouth. I don't have to, no more. Sounds, she sneezed, coughing, sick breath, super, liquidation.
Is this another checkpoint?
Yeah, super checkpoint. Have fun with that. Ah, she fucking sneezed in my mouth. Instant death.
You have to believe me.
Oh, killing an infected. Fuck yeah. Oh, perfect. I have money now. Oh, I have money. It's Jover for these bitches. Bruh. Get away from me. Get away. Get away. Perfect. Perfect. I need 2 more. Oh my god. I only need 2 more. Meow. Oh, shit. Ah. Easy, no one saw that. Woo! This thing easily peasy to drive. Are they both running? Do I have to attach something? Okay. We're connecting that. We're connecting. Oh, we're connecting. Oh my god, we're so good at this! So good. What do you mean not enough resources? What do you mean? We have like medkits out the ass. We have like super medkits. We have so many. Now, food is a different thing altogether.
If you experience any symptoms, report to the staff immediately.
Oh, I need 3. You need 3 medkits a day? Who is getting injured that much? Bruh. Do we need to have a safety meeting? Guys, get your shit together. Boom. Boom. Overdid it. Oh yeah, I kind of left you. My bad, G. Come here. I don't know how your pulse and your temperature is completely normal, because if like someone in control of my life just kind of ran away from me and did a whole bunch of shit and then came back to me, I would be stressing. I'd be like, bruh, this is it. They're gonna find something. Don't be hiding no bites from me. Don't be doing it. You know what? You know what? You were chill. You were super chill. So you get to go to the survivor block. Yeah! Yeah! What about everyone in here? Are you guys dead yet?
Quarantine status stable. No incidents reported.
No incidents.
As I said this morning, today's evacuation. Head to the block to assign survivors for evacuation.
Oh my god. Don't yell at me. Can I do stuff first? You're forcing me to do things I don't want to do. Oh shit. Alright. Bruh. I get to control people's lives. It's in my hands. A success! Oh, I thought I got to. Oh, I do get to choose. Accept. You had weird stuff. I don't trust you. I like you. Yeah. Bro, I got so much money. Oh, I got so much money. I have so much money. I can build a tower. I could build tower. Huh. Reduces zombie damage to the block. And doesn't take any energy. Wait, they all say 0. Energy consumption 0. But they consume energy. They consume 1. Is this just like a demo thing? I don't trust it. You know what? I am getting that airstrike though. I'm getting the airstrike. Ugh. Y'all twisted my ankle. I knew it! Fuck! Oh, I hate this angle. Oh, reload, please. Oh, shit. Oh. Oop. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was not good. I didn't realize that, like, you kind of have to lead it out. That would be a nice thing to, like, be able to practice.
New symptoms have appeared, and one of them is aggression. So they might attack you. Grab the pistol from the table. Also, pick up the syringe analyzer. Our scientists built it, and it accurately detects infection. But it's very expensive, and there aren't many. So use it wisely.
Use it wisely. Bro, they should not have given me gun. Dang. I think that lady that I let back there with the backpack, I think she turned into a zombie. That's crazy.
Now start the inspection.
Move it.
Don't do it.
I don't want to cause any trouble.
What the fuck is on your neck? Excuse me? You got the fucking Black Plague over here? God damn! Ew! What are you doing? Also, the flip-flops during the zombie apocalypse? Are you sure that's a good decision? Yeah, obviously don't make many. Okay, okay. Is that the red bruise? It doesn't look very red.
The subject is infected and must be eliminated.
Alright. You know what? I trust...
Please, just tell me what's happening.
Robot lady says, infected.
I already went through quarantine once. I passed. Come on. Just let me keep it.
Hey, yo, you got some ciggies? You got some ciggies? What do you got? What do you got? It just says it will kill you. That's fucking hilarious. I mean, honestly though, in the zombie apocalypse... You know what? You know what? I'm taking
You
gun.
can't just take my stuff.
I'm taking that. Wrong weapon? What?
You're robbing me? Why?
You know, I didn't mean to, but now I did it on purpose because I hate you. I didn't know taking your cigarettes was gonna be a big issue. God. You take one person's cigarettes and all of a sudden you're the bad guy and I lose $100. God. Go to the survivor block. Fucking bitch.
I won't miss this chance.
He won't waste his chance.
Don't make me wait.
Please. I'm just tired.
I'm just sick. Ooh, bap, 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 bap. Bruh, if you cough in my mouth, we're gonna have a fist fight. I'm telling you that right meow. Oh, oh. Ooh, 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 girl. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girly pop. You got some shit on you. You got some weird stuff. Alright, 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 alright. You got a cough. Got a bit of sick breath. You got some bruises. You got yellow eyes. Temperature and pulse are normal. That's crazy. You're like super gross though. I almost shot her. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, other than the bruising, that's all you have, yeah? Yeah, you definitely got sick breath. You're going to quarantine.
I'll do anything. Just test me again.
Oh, let me inspect you again.
No incidents reported.
You don't need to check me. Just look in my eyes. I'm fine.
I don't trust him. What did he have again? I think he had scratches on him. You know what?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I bit my lip, that's all. Look, see? It's not serious.
Oh, you're getting liquidated. Boop! Have fun! See you later, Grossy. Don't try anything.
Next survivor.
Kids made it through yesterday. I just need to join them. Hey, that's mine. Give it back. Why would you take that? It's not dangerous.
Oh, it's not? I'll show you dangerous. Bro, you got a fucking whole ass machete. And like an AK. What? You know, what, like, let me put my fucking ketchup and mustard and unrefrigerated mayonnaise next to my fucking machete and, oh, I pulled out my gun. Oh, that would have been bad for him. Oh, that would have been bad. Okay, I don't like you, but to the survivor block.
You are a hero.
Go on.
Thank you.
Come on.
Don't try anything. Gross.
I bit my lip. That's it. Look, see? It's not serious.
I like it. I like it. I don't know if we can let him keep beer or not. I can't, I'm not available to have my handbook.
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm and wait
Why
for
would
your
you take
turn.
that?
Prepare
Oh.
your belongings for inspection.
Oh shit.
Remove your outer clothing, hats, glasses, and gloves.
You know what? You got virus breath. You got super virus breath. I don't even technically need to look at you after that. You got virus breath. You know what? You know what? Liquidation! I stole some stuff from you. You can't live.
Please, just
Next survivor.
killing an infected. Everything's normal. Ooh, ooh. Take those off. They're stupid. Oh, why? Oh, I'm pressing a button on the side of the mouse, and it keeps pulling out the fucking gun. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill someone by accident. Oh, I can check if objects have like gross stuff on it. Oh, I keep forgetting to do that. Tell the survivor block.
Thank you.
You're welcome, you're welcome. It's me. I am Big Survivor, Big Hero. I need... Whoop. That gets a little annoying. That should be good. And then, how many? 3. So. That should be it. Yeah, don't worry guys. You just continue sitting up there. I'll handle everything. Jeez. This is not how I'm supposed to be, like a what? A sergeant? A captain? Important guy in the beginning? And they're having me do everything? I don't think so. This would be like someone else's job. I would make some other nerd do all this. Oh shit, I have a ton of food just stocked up. Alright. Oh, I can actually go in here! Oh, this is cute! Okay. Let me actually... Can I buy any more today? I can. Boop. Shit. Max soldiers. Ah. Meh. I guess I can upgrade stuff? Okay. Oh, that's like 1,500. The dining hall I can upgrade. I'll do it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. I still have enough power. I think if I get anything else, I'll probably need another generator. But that should be fine. That should be easily peasy. Hannah was infected? What the fuck? Bruh. She didn't have anything. that an area that I will be going into eventually?
Identification verified. Quarantine status stable. No incidents reported.
That fucking sucks. I let an infected. She had the weird black stuff on her neck. Oh, or no, she had the bruising. Okay, okay. No, you're staying in there. You're staying in quarantine.
Have kids in there. Please.
Yeah, no.
Come on.
Hey, yo, what up, girl? I like your hat.
I've had them since I was a kid.
I don't think so. Oh, well, is that red? Yeah, you do have red eyes. Bruh! Samesies. We're twins. Come here. Ew, 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 ew. You got rash? You got rash? Oh, you got super rash on both arms. Ew, gross. Ew. Is that herpes or is that rash? I think that's herpes. Or it could be rash. Ugh. Color, texture, appearance, and more. Cause like, look at it, they're different. I think that's rash. I don't think that's herpes. You're gross. You're uber gross. Girl. Don't cough at me. Don't do it. That's illegal.
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm.
She got
and wait for your
skin
turn.
rash.
Prepare your belongings for inspection. Remove your outer
That
clothing,
could be
hats,
infection.
glasses, and
Ah,
Can't do this.
I can. I can like super can.
I bit my lip. That's all. Look, see? It's not serious.
It's super serious. Who are these people just chewing the shit out of themselves? God. Y'all crazy. Ooh, you got icky bruising. Bro, you got bruising all over. Bro! You get into a fight? You get into super fight? Oh. Oh my god. Do you hear that? It says you're a little bitch. That's crazy. I can't believe it. You got mouth blood. Mouth blood and bruising. You can go to quarantine.
Have kids in there.
Yeah.
Please.
Everyone has kids everywhere.
I bit my lip. That's it. Look,
Bro, you got
see? It's not
fancy shoes and then sweatpants? That's crazy. I like the vibes though. You know, it says like I'm here to party, but I'm also, you know, here for business. I like it. I like it. Your shoes don't fit you. Bro, those shoes definitely don't fit you. They're like a size too big. How are you walking around anywhere? You got clown shoes, just slapping. Just slippity slap. I'm telling you, guy. Oh. What you got? What you got? Don't cough in my face. Don't do it. Ew. Ew. We got super mouse blood. We got cough. He got virus breath? Bruh. That's like super signs. You know what? Immediate liquidation. Beep! Have fun! Bye! I'm not nervous. You should be nervous.
You can trust me. I'm healthy.
Excuse you? These definitely look like they have zombie virus all over it. I will have to confiscate them for, taste testing. You know, it would be a shame. It would be a shame. Ew, sir. Control your nipples. Ew, look at those eyes. Ew, look at those eyes. Ew, ew, ew. Wait, hold on. Pulse. It was the pulse. You got elevated pulse. You have hickey wickies. You got super red eyes. Or is that conjunctivitis? Bro, you're gonna make me use up one of my thingies.
The subject is not infected.
You're going to quarantine, though.
I'm not sick. I swear.
Bruh! He fucking rushed me!
Don't make me wait.
Go ahead. Play God again. Let's see who you ruin this time.
You fucking... You know what?
Please, just tell me what's happening.
No. God, I'm not even.
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm and leave
That's 2 people!
your belongings for inspection.
What the fuck? Why are they fighting me? I'm just choosing whether they live or die. God. Bestie.
Just check. You'll see I'm fine.
You have a whole ass pumpkin. Ew! First off, you had baggage, and then you have a weapon.
Plus,
Take that off. Ugly ass hat. I don't trust you. There has to be a way that I can, like, confiscate it without, like, it being destroyed. Because, like, it had icky stuff on it. It showed up under the UV. But it... Did I see scratches? No, that's just your skin. You got bad skin. She had a weapon. She had baggage. There has to be a way. If during the inspection of luggage you see a zombie body parts, do not touch them, immediately neutralize the that's what I did wrong. That lady who had zombie parts, I just confiscated them. I didn't, like, kill her and get hazmat in here. Oh, I fucked up with that one. Yeah, you go to Spider Block. Have fun.
Identification verified. Quarantine status stable. No incidents reported.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I did not read all this stuff correctly. That was my issue. That was my problem. That was my bad. That was my bad. Oh. Do I need that much? No, probably not, but fuck it. But fuck it. Well. Reading is for chumps? Yeah. Oh, but bro, there was so many times I was like fucking negative. I said, but fuck. But like, there was so many times where like I let someone in that I shouldn't have because they had zombie parts, but they themselves didn't have anything like symptoms. But I let them in, and I confiscated the zombie parts, but I didn't like kill them immediately, and so they ended up turning into zombies, and they killed some people. So like, that's my bad. That's my bad. That's on me. That's on me. You know what? They were just the sacrifices that I had to make. Evelyn Stewart. Yeah, fuck, dude. She had a pumpkin and everything that had like goop on it. But I should have killed her, and I didn't. Okay. Minus 100. Oh, there goes all my money.
Massive zombie attack.
Bruh. Oh, the guys are up there. Okay. So it is really useful for me to like Oh, 3 is an airstrike. of the demo! Ah! Ah! It kicked me out. Like, it just shut the game down. Ah, my God. I know. I want more so badly, but it doesn't come out until September, or that's like the planned release date. I know. What the fuck? Ugh. It's also kind of weird that it just like kicked me out. Like it shut the game down and everything. Like, I don't know. I kind of wanted to play more of like just that beginning part. But okay. Okay. But I want to play more of it. Can you play it again? I actually believe I can. Hold on. I bet I can start it up again. Although I've never had a demo like actually kick me out. That was very weird. Who? Oh yeah, I don't know if the chat's kind of in the way, but like here, hold on, let me. Yeah. The continue is like grayed out, so I don't think it saved my game. That's crazy. Okay.
Finally awake, Commander. Thought you were dreaming of a vacation.
Yeah, I'm a commander. Why am I doing all of this?
Days, huh? Anyway, welcome back to reality. We're almost there. Checkpoint Alpha. They've been holding out.
I hope there's multiplayer. I don't know if they have anything planned. Hold on, let me go check the store page real fast. I don't know. Right now it just says single player, but it is a demo. So I don't know if that's for just the demo or if... Oh yeah, no. The actual game just says single player. But it would be really cool if... But
at the same time, make sure
if it was multiplayer. That'd be super cool.
That's your job. Let's happening the survivors.
Bruh. Hold on. Okay. Okay. What I don't like right now is that it's not keeping the mouse in the actual window of the game. It's like on my like second monitor as well. That's really weird. I hope it doesn't like mess with stuff.
Just shout next. So, the first survivor. Approach him and take a close look. Are there any symptoms that immediately catch your eye? Of course there are. Just look at how red his head is.
Yeah.
You absolutely must record this symptom on the symptom map.
I know, I can't wait to play the fuck out of it either, Bacon. Ugh. Okay, this time I'll actually read stuff, so maybe we won't let through as many zombified people. You know.
This subject only look for symptoms.
Yeah, super healthy, I bet.
And classify them. Come on. And good luck.
Oh!
Helping others out there. Look, no bites.
You got like super bruising, and you smell like pee-pee.
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay Stay calm and wait for your turn. Prepare your belongings for inspection. Remove your outer clothing, hats, glasses, and gloves.
Yeah, all you have is bruising. I'll let you go to the survivor
I
block.
made it.
Move it.
I was bitten by a dog. Not a zombie.
Yeah. I definitely believe you, bestie. Not a zombie. Definite dog. Oh, bro. We're fucking liquidating this bitch.
Is this another checkpoint?
Yeah, super checkpoint. Go right through those doors. And then through those doors.
Alright. That's it for today. Hit the bunks.
Can you imagine if you just heard a gunshot? That'd be fucking hilarious. Just every single time you send a liquidation, you just hear a singular, just like, gunshot. That'd be fucking funny.
Identification verified.
Great.
Quarantine
He's
status
still
stable.
alive.
No
Go
incidents
over
reported.
to him, and
It's
he
just
doesn't
allergies.
show that
I've
previous
had them since
symptom
I was a kid.
anymore. So he can be moved to the block.
Yeah, go to the block, the chopping block.
Spot symptoms faster. Grab the scanner.
Doop. Okay. Combined with the UV flashlight to detect hidden symptoms that cannot be visible to the naked eye. Or a toilet flush. Or a metal pipe sound. Fucking that'd be hilarious. Yeah, but what good is the UV if not for other
Call
things?
in the next one and use the new tool on him.
Please. My wife's already inside.
Oh, girl. You got some face bruising. Are you good? You seem really concerned about your wife. Do you need help? Do you need me to call someone? You know, it's okay. You can get help for that. You know what? Take that hat off. Oh, he's balding! Now I understand. I understand everything now. Disgusting. Bald! Bald! He's bald! Super bald. My God, I can't believe that. We'll send you to quarantine.
I was healthy yesterday. Just check.
Yeah. Oh?
Please, just check. You'll see I'm
Oh? Look at this dapper man. Top hat, fancy shoes. Oh, I'm stealing that hat for myself. It's the Monopoly Man. He doesn't have monocle. Or no, the Monopoly Man did not have a monocle, right? That's the Peanut Man.
Belongings for inspection. Remove your outer clothing, hats, glasses, and
You got bruising guy. Well, yeah, but I thought the Peanut Man has the monocle. Am I wrong? You give me icky vibes. I'm putting you in quarantine too.
please.
Yeah, you tried to schmoove me over with your fancy hat and shoes.
I bit my lip. That's it. Look. See? It's not
Bruh. All these people! They fucking know. They know. They're like, Grim is a sucker for a fancy hat. They fucking know. They know! Ew. Is that supposed to be necrosis, or is that like really bad bruising? That is one thing I really would like for them to fix in the upcoming release of the game, is just better difference between the bruising, the necrosis, and the red bruising. Because sometimes I'm just like, is this red bruising? Because sometimes it looks the same. Will it have a glow under UV? I don't know. The little blurb didn't say anything about it glowing under UV. Cause like, I don't know. Cause that kind of looks like red bruising, right? I'm gonna say red bruising. Oh, I'm saying it should for better feedback. Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Cause like, I don't know. The actual like symptoms on the board for you to click all look vastly different. But when they're on the actual like person standing there, a lot of them just don't really have the same kind of difference. A lot of them just kind of look very similar. Same thing with herpes. Like, how do I know if they're bruised or if it's herpes? You're going to liquidation.
So, where am I going now?
Yeah, you're going to like super duper liquidation. I don't trust you.
I was bitten by a dog, not a zombie.
Oh my god. Killing an uninfected! Oh, he wasn't infected. I lost 13 grand. Shit. He got bite. But like, that looks like necrosis, right? Yeah, honestly. For 13 grand for killing like an uninfected, that's not that bad. Oh, that killing infected 900. Yeah. Oh, let me check the did I have anyone from yesterday in there still?
Identification verified.
0 day,
Quarantine
0 day.
status stable. No
Perfect.
incident reported.
I would have sworn that other guy was infected. Oh, negative 700. Shit. Oh my god. That's all me, gang.
Everyone you've checked and let through is staying in the block. And until the evacuation happens, you need to keep an eye on them.
Oh.
Make sure there's enough food and space. Let's focus on the base today.
Whew. The base. Okay. Question whether healthy or sick. Bop. Statuses, level of current buildings. You alter them and build new ones. Number of survivors, number of sick. Okay, so they can get sick. And they can die. Shit. Okay. Schmelp.
As you can see, there's no food or fuel for today. They need to be brought in from the warehouse.
The Shemaya house.
You have to buy these resources. Restock the warehouse. Buy supplies and fuel for everyone in the block. Great. Now that the warehouse is loaded with supplies and fuel, you need to deliver them to the block. Head over to the warehouse. Load the supplies and fuel onto the cart.
Very good.
Pick up the cart.
Don't yell at me. Shit. God. He's so bossy.
Now, deliver the supplies and fuel to the block.
Hey. Oh, 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 we're drifting. Oh, we're drifting. Oh, we got it.
The supplies need to go to the dining hall, and the fuel to the generator.
Beep, beep, beep. I really wish there was a way, like, you could decorate this. I wonder if that's, like, in, like, the full game? I guess? We got it, we got it, we got it. Stop talking to yourself, you're crazy! I don't trust a man with a mustache. You know, but I wonder if you could, like,
Excellent.
decorate it.
Everyone's fat today. Go get some sleep. We're not checking any new survivors today.
Ooh.
There are reports of large zombie.
Never trust a stash. I'm telling you.
Warning, massive zombie attack.
Alright, 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 alright. We don't have anything unlocked. Ah, this part, definitely fun. Come on. Here we go! Ah! I really hope when the full game comes out, if there's like a way to upgrade your guns to make like the reloading faster, or you could have like, you can hold more ammo, if you could like control more than one drone. Excuse me? Bro. The itty-bittiest fucking thing was just stopping me from killing them.
According to our data, survivors have developed new breathing-related symptoms.
No.
To check them, use this stethoscope. Pick it
Bruh.
up from the table.
Survivors always have an issue with breathing, I'm telling you. Normal is shown in green, abnormally is yellow, infected is red.
Status unstable. Incident
I fucking knew it! Look at him! I knew it. The other guy wasn't a zombie, but I knew that guy was a zombie.
Next survivor.
Hello.
I bit my lip. That's all. Look, see?
Breathing in
It's not
spots can be... Okay, 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 okay. I really wish it, like, you had to, like, go over certain areas. Okay. If I remember correctly, that is virus breathing. Bitch got virus breathing, that's all you need to know. I can't believe it. No bat? No bat? Their back clipping just always takes me out. Alrighty.
I trust you guys, but
I don't think you do if you're second guessing me. Talking back.
Come on.
Knew it. Knew
What are
it.
you doing? Is this really necessary?
Yeah, it is. You know what? I should liquidate you for having weird nipples. Oh yeah, he has like scar tissue as well with the scratching. I never noticed it until that like one character with like the really dark skin. I never noticed that. Cause like the skin that they show you that that has the skin cuts. Let me move my model real fast.
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm and
The skin they show you on is like really fucking bright. So like you can't really tell that there's like these like white scratches underneath it as well. So I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. Just have like a layers of like cuts and everything. Oh no, no. You definitely got some gross stuff going on. Bro, I'm gonna need you to shut up. Thank you. These like dark spots, they should have like a different kind of like breathing sound to them. But I wonder if that's just like the jacket or like the sweater affecting it. You go to quarantine.
You don't understand.
Yeah, good luck. There was a zombie in there last time. It was really bad. Are you telling me to lie? Girl. Got any money? Ah, bro, if they could bribe you, oh my god, that'd be super cool. She doesn't have anything wrong with her. Bruh, all I have is 1,300. They'll take all my money.
Next.
I don't trust your hat. Take it off.
I was helping others out there. Look, no bites.
You have freckles. And that is a symptom of what? I have no idea. But it's a symptom. You got little scratchies. Little stomach scratchies.
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm and wait for your turn.
Are these supposed to be like just like the characters like freckles, or are those supposed to be like herpes? Because that's the other thing. Like, a lot of them just don't zoom in enough for me to like actually tell the difference between all of them. Cause like there's also, I'm covering it with my model, but like there's like eye pus that you can like that you can click right behind my head, but I don't even notice it half the time because like you don't zoom in enough. That would just be like a lot more interesting if you could like see the difference. Alright. We got little squitchity squatchities. I'll let you go to the block. If I'm wrong though, and you cost me money, I will be very, very upset. He's gonna cost me money, I can just tell it. I can just tell. Oh shit. Meow. Meow. Oh shit. Ah shit. Ah shit. I would really like this to be a little bit of a bigger area. Or to just not be so slidey. That would take it. Hold on. Meow. Oh my god. Where did they get these, like, driving controls? I really want them to be able to, like, you can have, like, different carts and shit. That'd be super cool. Oh, let me buy everything back up again. I replenish. If you use it, you must replenish. Oh, that's all my money, but I could. You know what? That's it. That's all I'm gonna buy. Oh, I'm negative. Oh, I'm so negative. Oh my god. Contraband police, but for zombies? Oh, fuck yeah.
And you'll get a reward for the first batch of survivors.
Oh.
Survivors have developed new symptoms related to their pulse and temperature. To check them, use the thermal pulsometer.
The way he fucking says it. Oh.
The survivor has some luggage.
Hi, Vess. How are you?
You need to carefully inspect the luggage for weapons. Or worse, zombie body parts.
How are you doing today, Princess? You know what? You go back into quarantine, you still have fucking...
There, please.
Yeah.
Come on.
We are doing good today, Punjaj.
Please.
If you see weapons in the baggage, it is contraband, must be confiscated. Bop, bop, bop. If you see ordinary items in baggage. Okay. But we are doing good. Oh, okay. This is what I didn't read last time, Bacon. To illuminate items with the UV flashlight, they may show signs of infection. In that case, the survivor must be eliminated. Oh, that was my issue. I wasn't eliminating. Nor was I scanning all the baggage stuff. Ugh. That was my problem. Yep.
You can't just take my stuff.
Readings for nerds.
Is this another?
Yeah, super checkpoint. It's like the final checkpoint, you could say.
I've been walking for hours.
Yeah, and you'll walk a little bit more. You went to theme park today. What kind of theme park? Girl, stop fucking sneezing. God damn. Oh, everything's elevated. Everything's elevated. Oh my god. It's Jover for this bitch. Oh. You went on roller coasters? Ah? Did you go on any like insane big ones, or were they all like baby coasters? I heard crackling. Where was it? You know what? You know what? Quarantine. Get in there.
I'll do anything.
Yeah.
Just test me again.
No.
Next.
Oh.
I'm just nervous. Wouldn't you be standing here?
Ow! Oh, this bitch is definitely infected. I don't even think I should like... She got mouth blood. I don't want to get close to her. I don't want to get infected. Yeah, is that supposed to be like regular bruising, or is that like the red bruising? Or is that like necrosis? I think that's red bruising. Oh, that is what herpes looks like. Ew, you got leg herpes? Bruh. I don't want to get closer. What if she bites me? Look at that, look at that, look at that. I think that's red bruising. Either way, I am gonna just extremely liquidate her.
So, where am I going now?
Yeah, have fun! Final checkpoint that way.
Next survivor.
Infected, yes.
I already went through quarantine once.
Yeah, and you'll go through it again.
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm and wait for your turn. Prepare
You went on every single one? What the fuck?
hats, glasses, and gloves.
Fast said classic Woody. Do you have anything? But that sounds like so much fun. It's been a while since I've gone to a theme park. Oh, Vast. Here in a Woody is an erection.
As I said this morning,
That's what we call erections. A Woody.
Head to the block to assign survivors for evacuation.
Yeah, we have wooden roller coasters too. I like them a lot more than like the metal ones, but they also terrify me a lot more. But that's because I saw we have a really old wooden roller coaster where I in my hometown, and we were waiting in line and they did a warm-up lap. And they were like, okay, once we do the warm-up lap, then we'll start letting people on for like the first like ride. And as we're like waiting in line, it goes off the tracks and they're like, oh, it's gonna be a couple hours before we can put it on the tracks, but you guys can come back then. And I was just like, what? You guys are just gonna put it back on? And they did. And we went back and we rode the roller coaster. And the entire time I was just like, I watched this thing go off the tracks. And I'm on it now. Mere hours later. I was like, if I die, this is it. I'm just watching like everything just being held together by like duct tape and shit. I was just like, man, this is how I die. And when I'm, oh, that's terrifying. Get on there. I like you the most. That's terrifying. But I feel like the metal roller coasters or the wooden roller coasters are the only ones that don't like completely give me whiplash and like throw me around. The metal ones always hurt my neck and back. It is awful. I want that one. But I want that one. There is actual like upgrades for your tools, but those are like in the main game. The wooden roller coaster you went on was painful. Ugh. That fucking sucks. Ah, I'm no longer in the red. Ugh, finally. Bruh, I was so scared. I will say I don't like the angles on this one. dude. Oh shit, it's reloading. Bruh, it takes forever to reload. Come on. That is one thing I really want, is a better, like, upgrade for the reload. Oh, yeah. Bro, they make all those old, like, people must have been so fucking short back then.
Aggression, so they might attack you. Grab the pistol from the table. Also, pick up the syringe analyzer. Our scientists built it, and it accurately detects infection. But it's very expensive.
Not enough
and
food
there
beds.
aren't many,
Food beds
so
or energy.
use it
Okay.
wisely.
Bruh, these people are so fucking needy. They want, they want, they want. They take, they take, they take. I'm just saying. Can't have anything. Ah, shit. Ah, oh. Fuck it. Yeah. I definitely get that feeling. Fucking roller coasters, trains, and planes. It is hard for me to fit into fucking shit. They don't make it for tall people. Like, if you're not an average built person, you're just like shit out of luck. You're just gonna be uncomfortable. Connect. I did it. It was me, no one else. I did it all by myself. Oh, that is true! Have you tried sitting in the train and getting it wet and stretching it out to fit you? That does work.
Identification verified. Quarantine status stable. No incidents
Already went
reported.
through quarantine once. I passed.
And you'll pass again. What did I have you in here for anyway? What did I have you in here for anyway? You can go to Survivor Block.
I won't forget
See you later.
I've been walking for hours. That's why I'm burning up.
Oh, you're going to liquidation. Get in there.
You guys seem nervous. Is everything
Ah, you seem nervous. Get out there. Go. Go on. Get. That's fucking crazy. You guys don't have like extenders? I know for certain like for certain places, they have like extenders that you can put like in the seats. Not all of them for safety reasons, but some of them, some of the coasters, they like. Oh, I actually had to pull it out.
I was bitten by a dog, not a zombie.
It said bitten. What the fuck is on your neck? What is that supposed to be? What is that? Is that supposed to be like red bruise or necrosis? That's not like regular bruise. I'm gonna say red bruise. That might be necrosis. It doesn't look, it doesn't have like redness to it though. I don't know.
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm and wait for your turn. Prepare your belongings for inspection.
It might just be.
Hats, glasses, and gloves.
I'm putting you in quarantine.
I'm not sick. I swear.
Move it.
I'm putting you in quarantine. I'm scared. Hey, yo, girl. Ah, fucking whole ass.
I don't want to cause any trouble. Just let me know if I'm clear.
Bruh. I'm not sick. I'm just hideous. I'm so sorry, Bacon. You have zombie stuff. You have zombie stuff.
I thought I was safe.
Nah, you got super zombie stuff. Oh, don't you dare! Bruh, but why is she kind of, you know? I'm not saying I would, but I'm just saying, why is she kind of got weird angled feet?
Come on.
I'm just tired. Not sick.
That's exactly what someone who's sick would say. That's bruising. No. I'm really glad that you've admitted it and that you are accepting of it, Bacon. You know, you'll learn from it and you'll grow. I'm very proud of you. Stop coughing in my mouth. God, I'll kill you just for that. Disgusting. 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 Oh, that's exactly what I need. Everything is normal. Everything is...
No, you don't understand.
You don't understand.
Next.
Yeah, we're quarantining him. What you got in there? Get the fuck away. Bruh. Bruh.
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm and wait for your turn.
fucking whole ass weapons. Whole ass weapons. You know what? You better not have any goopy on this. I will be. I will. What you got? What you got? What you got? Karen Commando? That's fucking hilarious, Bacon. God. Don't come to my channel and be funnier than me. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay.
I won't waste this chance. Thank you.
I think you're indeed gonna waste it. Bruh, she just raw dogging fucking mayo out here. No refrigeration, nothing. Just fucking warm mayonnaise.
Next survivor.
Shut up.
Look, see?
Fucking, how are you coughing and talking? Shut up. God. Ugh. This game makes me just. Ugh. Any goop? Any goop? Oh, you're so lucky you don't have goop. You're so lucky you don't have goop. If you were goopy man, I would have killed you in an instant. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Mouth blood. Ugh. Ugh. I'm sorry. That's virus breathing. That's like super zombie. Bruh.
You're scaring me. Where am I going?
Yeah, where are you going? To the final checkpoint.
Don't make me wait.
I was helping others out there.
Yeah, we're helping others out
No
there.
bites.
No bites. I don't trust you, woman. You would be a person who would hide a bite. Got that attitude?
Quarantine zone. Stay calm and wait
There's
for your
always
turn.
one.
Prepare your belongings for inspection.
There's always
Remove your
one.
outer clothing, hats, glasses, and gloves.
Oh, I never got bit by a zombie. You'd be the person. God, she's right. She didn't have anything. God damn it. Are y'all dead?
Identification verified. Quarantine status stable. No incidents reported.
No incidents. It's because I'm good at my job. I know. What? Let me. God. I'm upgrading. Perfect. Okay. That's 1,300 though. Ew. They have 6 fuel, so that's perfect. Boop. They should have enough. No, I will need more food. Damn. Oh! I forgot the cart. I left it in here. I'm a fool. Ugh. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to bring it back. Perfect. Perfect. I'll feed them all tomorrow. These savages. Always demanding food. I wonder what you're gonna be able to do in this room. I really hope they're gonna be able to bribe you. I really hope this is like where you're gonna upgrade your guns and everything. I guess this is like stuff that you can like confiscate. Like you can just fill this wall up. That'd be pretty cool. I wonder how rare some of the stuff that you can like get is gonna be. What? Bruh, how am I negative that much money? The fuck? Okay, okay. Oh my god. Bruh, this is so hard. And I'll move that one back. The rest will come with me. Let's go! Yeah, it does seem surprising. Like, it's a zombie apocalypse. Everything is destroyed. Why is there still, like, a government and, like, money? I would have assumed, like, everything just would have gone to shit. You know, the moment that there's, like, no Taco Bell, destroyed. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, during COVID, when they made the, like, HEBs no longer 24 hours, I honestly thought, I was like, oh, this is it. We're all gonna start eating each other, setting things on fire. I didn't know that I took it for granted until it was gone. Oh, I gotta check my people. I gotta check my people. I'm sure the local Denny's would still be open. Yeah, but that's Denny's. Ugh.
Verification verified. Quarantine status stable. No incidents reported.
Let's get you the fuck out of there, guy.
I feel okay. I promise.
Bruh, I think that bitch in there is a fucking zombie. You know what? You know what? You're going back to quarantine?
Do this.
Yeah, I can.
Please.
Come here, Hazel. Yeah.
I was bitten by a dog. Not a zombie. I'm still fine, right?
Yeah, you're like
Right?
you're super good. You're super fine. Bruh. He's taking her out back and he's putting fucking 2 in her head.
Move it. I was helping others out there. Look, no bites.
Oh. Got some conjunctivitis? You got some... Why? Oh, I hate... Okay. I absolutely hate when people wear the same color shirt and pants. I hate it. People are always like, oh, well, it's matching. It's not. Because, like, 90% of the time, It does not look good. Everyone sees like 5 dudes on Instagram do that, where they wear the same color shirt and the same color pants, and then they have like fancy ass shoes on, and they go, oh, that's fashionable. Let me just do that. It never looks the same. It does not look good. I promise you that. Like, all I see is like toddler. What you got on your arm? You got pimply imples. Ew, gross. Ew, gross. Ew, gross. No bat. No bat. But also Denny's sucks. I don't know. Like, the only time you go to Denny's is like after an event, or like you're 3 a.m. and you're shit-faced and you just need like food in your stomach. Like, Denny's was always like after prom or after a concert. It was like the only place open, and so you got Denny's.
Remove your outer clothing, hats, glasses, and gloves. The subject is not infected.
Alright. I'm putting you in quarantine.
Just precautions.
Next.
I don't ever understand people who actively go to Denny's and like it.
It's not serious.
It's like super serious. You're like mouth bloody. What you got? What you got? What you got? That's, I believe that's red bruising. That's other red bruising. I really wish they made the underwear not skin colored, because sometimes it terrifies me that like it's not actually underwear. I think you have red skin too. Bruh. I don't trust him. Everything is showing that he's good, but I don't trust him. Quarantine.
I'm not sick, I swear.
Yeah.
Don't make me wait.
Come on, backpack boy.
You can trust me, I'm healthy.
I don't trust anybody. Okay. Ooh, nice mouth blood. I like it. I am looking at people's undies. Look at them. They're like skin colored. It freaks me out. If I'm like quickly scanning them and I'll like scan over their butt crack and I'm just like, is that actual butt crack that I just scanned over? Cause like on the male models, they show the nipples. But on the female models, they're like wearing bras, but they're wearing strapless bras. So the first time that I was scanning, I was like scanning their chest and I was like, oh, they're not wearing bras too. Like they're gonna have straight up nipples out. But luckily, did a quick like, whoop, for science, they're wearing bras. Can you have bites on your feet? Should I be checking your feet?
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm and wait for your turn. Prepare your belongings for inspection. Remove your outer clothing, hats, glasses, and gloves.
Bacon, I just assumed that you're being a freak. Oh, bro. That is like zombie breathing. Yup. I'm just saying, Bacon. Oh, no. Liquidation. Boop. Go on, liquidation.
Please, just tell me what's happening.
Yeah. Your final stop. Oh, girl. You're
Kids
pasty
listening
white.
yesterday. I just need
You're
to
like
join
super pasty white. Oh, you're like the superest pasty white.
Sir,
Shut up! I'll step on your feet. Is that conjunctivitis or is that just red eye? I think it's red eye. What are you talking about? She's French? You know what? Say no more.
Am I in trouble?
Say no more. Bruh, she came at me! Just look at, she's shaped like a French person.
Come on.
I was helping others out there. Look, no bites.
Bruh, you are fucking yellow. Bravest French person in history? That's fucked, Bacon. That's actually fucking hilarious. Is he just green? Only French people are zombies? Fast. That's
You are in a quarantine zone. Stay calm and
that's a
wait
little
for your turn.
crazy.
Prepare your belongings for inspection. Remove your outer clothing, hats, glasses, and gloves.
Oh my god. The hatred of French is happening in my fucking chat right now. You know what? He got green skin. Liquidation!
Am I in trouble? I thought I was safe.
Yeah, I thought you were too.
Don't make me wait.
Oh, what you got? What you got? Go over there.
Please, just check. You'll see. I'm fine.
Bitch got a fucking weapon. Bitch got a whole ass fucking Roman sword. The fuck? Oh, and they're gooped. Oh, she got goopy stuff. Back to fucking back. Bruh.
What do you mean, special process?
Yeah, what do you mean? Bruh. Double fucking goops. It was all over everything. That is disgusting. I can't believe it. Through my checkpoint. They thought they were comfortable enough to come through my checkpoint and be goopy. Not around here, friend. Not around here. This coffee and cigarettes, of course, are stinky. Listen. More than just French people have a diet of coffee and cigarettes. I'm just saying.
Warning, massive zombie attack.
Bro, again.
Warning,
We got this, guys. We got this. We gotta kill them all. Oh my god, the French are overrunning. Oh my god. They're destroying my wall. My god. I'm fucking scared. I'm so scared. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Oh, they're everywhere. That's the end of the game! Well, the end of the demo. Bro, that's so crazy! It still just ends it. Ah! That game's so much fun. I can't wait for it to actually, like, finish coming out. I'm gonna play the fuck out of it. Again. Baby, you're crazy. You're crazy. Bruh. I'm actually genuinely excited for that game. I really hope what I want to see. Hold on, let me actually show you guys the actual store page. Bap, 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 bap. Yeah. But this is the demo. This should be the actual like store page. But it should be coming out September. As of right now, there is no like co-op, but I want there to be co-op. I feel like it would definitely break it, but it would be so much fun. Maybe like max 3 people. You know, you and only 2 other friends. I just want to juice people with you. I know. Could you imagine? Someone just running around doing the back and then someone like scanning people, someone juicing people. Oh, it'd be so good. But I definitely want co-op if that's possible. There is controller support, which I was really surprised about. I really want there to be more of difference between all these symptoms. That's what I want. We gotta get Talali in on this. Ah! Talali would be ruthless. She would love it. But like, resource management, I really hope they actually let you like design things. I really hope there's a lot more customization to your area. But like definitely like the difference of the symptoms, just like showing a lot more visually of a difference, because sometimes the red bruising and the regular bruising, just because like the angle and the camera, it just doesn't like, it doesn't look different enough for there to be like much of a difference. No worries, Bacon. And like same thing with like bruising and the hepatitis. I really wish there was a difference there. I really felt like for the UV, unless you were scanning the actual objects, there wasn't much use to it. I didn't find anything like UV worth on the like anyone that I was scanning. So I really want them to like put more UV in there. I think that would be really interesting. But I can definitely see myself like off stream just sinking so many hours into this game. I just want to steal things. I gotta fill that board with like all that golden shit. I have to collect things. I have to do it. You know, like what other things can I upgrade? I want to upgrade my scanner. I want everything. You know? But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really excited for this demo. It comes out in September. But yeah, if they do co-op, it would make this game so much more fun. You had fun? Good! Yes! It's a demo. It is free. Please go try it. It's so much fun. It's just controlling people's lives. Choosing whether they live or die. It's beautiful. But I'll see you on Monday. I promise. We'll be doing more RE2. I also got to get back and play more Metro. I've been slacking on Metro. I want to finish it. I do this to myself all the time. I'll play Metro for like a week straight, and then have I claimed the free game? For what? What free game? Where? Where free game? But I mean, to be honest, I'm probably just gonna play Marvel Rivals for a little bit. Dead Island 2? Oh yeah. You said it was on Epic, right? It was on Schmepic. 'Cause yes, I did redeem Dead Island 2. I redeemed a free game on there. I believe it was Dead Island 2. We should definitely play that. We will. I just have to finish getting 3 more pieces to build my tower, and then I'll be done. They're the most expensive pieces, but I have 3 more pieces, and then I will have my own setup, so I won't be taking Bacon's while he's at work. But I'll definitely have to double check because I did it on my laptop. I am not on my laptop right now. The co-op in Dead Island is pretty nice. Hell yeah. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I know Shara told us, what was it? Snafu? Something? Snifu? Shinu? Shimu? Tien? Some game. Sifu. Yes, that was free. And claimable. And breedable. I need to claim that one. That's why I said breedable. But Monday I'll probably I know I don't know if we're streaming it, but I know Talali wanted to play some games tonight, and as far as I know we were supposed to stream it, so I'll probably be on one of their channels, either Bacon's or Talali's. We'll be playing some games. If not, we'll probably be in someone's Discord playing games. But Monday is either going to be RE2, the remake, or it's going to be Metro, which I'm not that excited for. Well, I'm excited, but the part that I'm at, I'm not excited for. I'm stuck and I'm miserable. But I'll see you all then. Okay? Everyone have a good day. Eat food, drink water, take a nap. Bite someone. Not if you have a zombie virus, though. I'm all down for biting people if you have rabies. But if you're gonna spread the zombie virus, that's just a dick move. Don't do that. Bye, Vast. Bye, Bippin. Everyone have a good weekend. All the lurkers, I love you. Bye.